Yes, in fact, you have seen this all your life. It's almost these days it's almost impossible to write a story of any kind of real complexity in which scenes are not affecting more than one storyline. Now, when you say multiple characters, of course, two are multiple, but I'm sure you're thinking of stories with larger casts than that. This is a very common occurrence, as I said, to combine, say, for example, crime stories and love stories. I just saw the most recent incarnation of that coupling in a film with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz called Night and Day. And so she and he get involved immediately. The moment boy meets girl, it's actually involving the crime story, because when boy meets girl in that film, it's at an airport, and he's hiding something in her luggage so that she can carry it through security for him. And now these two are involved both romantically, as they're attracted to one another, and of course in this elaborate crime story that involves two sets of bad guys, criminals from Spain and rogue operators in the CIA. And every time something happens on the action crime story plot, it of course affects their relationship between the two lovers. And so they're either drawn closer together as he rescues her, or she rescues him, or they're driven apart by the needs of the action story, and then they're brought back together. And so constantly, every scene that the two of them are in, and they are in almost every single scene together, is affecting both the love story and the crime story. Another example, I'm sure most of you have all seen, Avatar. Avatar has a central plot which is about the protagonist, and he goes from a order-taking soldier who does anything that's asked of him and does not question the morality, to his being redeemed and made ultimately into a great hero, because he does question the morality of what the company he works for does, and he changes sides, of course, as you know, and saves this innocent civilization. So that's his central arc. Then there is the love story subplot, as he gets romantically involved as an avatar with the princess of that civilization. There is the whole master plot involving, or the outer plot, involving whether or not the company will destroy the planet and the civilization with it. There is the subplot of those people who work for the corporation who are going to also rebel and change sides. And there's the whole question of whether the deep nature of the planet is going to come to life and find some way to save these people as they are led by our hero in revolt. And so there's 4 or 5 storylines going on, and therefore every single scene affects this character and all the stories that he's involved with. So at the same time, he's developing his maturity or redeeming himself as an individual. It's affecting the love story, it's affecting the action stories around it, and all the other subplots and other characters that are involved. And so every single scene affects every single storyline, 3 or 4 at a time. Another film you may have seen, entitled Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, is a family drama involving a family of a father and a mother and their 2 sons, but it also involves the son's wife. It also involves criminals that get involved in the heist that they perpetrate on their mom and dad's jewelry shop. And these characters are going through personal arcs as well. The 2 sons are. And so the family drama is being affected. The crime story that surrounds it is being affected by every choice and action that the characters make, has consequences on all of those storylines. This is so common that multiple storylines, plots and subplots are weaving so intimately together that indeed any event on one plot affects the directions of other storylines. This is so common, it's hard to imagine stories in which it is absolutely pure. Maybe Ratatouille or some animated film like that. I think even a cartoon story like Toy Story 3 has more than one storyline going, and so single scenes affect various storylines, even in animated films. It is a ubiquitous technique now to merge storylines and create enrichments in that way. So the answer to the question is, it's not only possible that a single scene affects many storylines, it is so common today that it's almost impossible to do otherwise.